Santiago Luna.
It's nice to be here.
Good to see you, sir. Man, just a massive, massive main event. We saw kind of the tension earlier. Right when you came in, you started talking shit to him. Harvey told me I have to get in the middle of you guys. And then when he did his interview with Jason, you refused to leave the room. So let's start with that. Why did you refuse to leave? Because I was saying, bro, like you should go, and you're like, nah, I want to. You were adamant you were not going to leave.
Well, first of all, nice to be here. I was just trying to see if he acted the same way as if I was outside. I know he didn't. He didn't say nothing. So I'm glad of that. I know he has something to worry about. Obviously me, I don't worry about him. He's just in the way of what I'm trying to be. He tried to saying like, hey, they offered me a fight against you because he didn't accept it. I don't know if you heard about that. He didn't accept.
Talking about an Epic 51.
Yeah, Epic 51. He didn't accept the fight on November 11th. Against me. They offered him a fight. It was a non-title fight.
It was interim title fight.
Interim
so
title fight.
Not as big of a deal. It was still a title fight.
It's still a title fight.
Yeah. But now this is for the real belt. This is for the real belt. But continue.
I told it. I was like, it's not big of a deal. Like this fight, that's the point. Me and you fighting. He said that he wanted the belt, this and that. He didn't accept the fight. He ended up not fighting against anyone. You can assume that it was because he didn't want to fight me. There wasn't anyone else to fight, and I consider myself a top tier a wrestler. Putting in the work like along boxing, Muay Thai, and all that stuff, jiu-jitsu as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw the tension. We weren't able to get a face-off interview yet, but hopefully in due time we can make that happen. If, let's say, we had, because obviously the plan was going into this that we were going to have a face-off interview. If that was happening right now, what would you say to him face-to-face?
I mean, I'm not really about talking that much. I started talking because he was the one that started posting stuff about me. Never really mentioned the guy on any way, but if he wants to point out things that aren't true, like the weight that I didn't make it. He can do that. I'm just here. I'm working. I do my shit, and if he wants to talk all that shit, we can talk. But I'm gonna be talking in the cage when he's on the ground. That's a fact.
Yeah, it seems like you really don't like him though. Where does this kind of stem from initially? Because you've never really talked to him in person until today, and right off the bat, you're getting into it.
Because he's those things that he was saying online that at my debut I wasn't big enough to fight him, this and that. Like, come on, man. You probably practice like once a day, and you want to fight for the belt. Like, that's not a thing. Like, I think I'm pretty sure it's just like his second or third match in Epic, and it's like me coming into the UFC, winning my first one and then asking for the belt. Doesn't really make sense. You need to start beating everyone in order to go for the big ones. Mm-hmm. So he can, if he wants the belt, he can come for it. Because that belt is mine. I don't know what else to say. So
yeah. Well, you're very confident. With your confidence, you're talking about knocking out Jonathan like first round. Like, is that your prediction right off the bat? You're gonna say that?
I wouldn't say knocking him out. My plan is not to. I mean, if he wants to get on, make sure of his striking and stuff, he can do that. I have my striking set. Go with the best coaches of the world, world coaches. I'm not afraid of using my hands. He wants to do that. I'm sure I'm gonna use my hands once I take him down. He was saying that he wrestled his whole life, this and that, like only wrestling. I was like, I saw videos of you defending your last fight. I studied him like millions of times. That guy doesn't know how to defend a single shot. So if that's his plan, trying to defend it, you better make a new one.
Well, you're 3-0. He's 3-0. With this fight, I talked to Jonathan beforehand, and he said like he is going to finish you very, very early. Are you taking him as serious? I don't know. Like, do you feel like he's taking you seriously though?
I think he makes everyone believe I'm not that serious for him. he knows deep down he's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna knock me out. Uh, how I told you, I fight against I practice, I do rounds, I do wrestling, jujitsu against the best of the world. I'm not afraid of him. I'm really not. He's just, how I told you, he's just in the way. I need to get through with him.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of going to be the villain in this fight to an extent because you have an entire high school behind you. You just graduated high school, so you have a lot of relationships there. They absolutely love you for what you did for the athletics program. You know, people say you're the greatest wrestler in the school's history, one of the greatest football players in the school's history. You were the MVP. So, I mean, there's some big stuff in the works of having an entire school behind you, a possible rally for you, and then, you know, if you're able to win, possibly a parade, and we'll have a press conference. The fact of the matter is you have an entire school behind you, and then also you rep the Mexican flag, being at Entram gym, living in Tijuana, being a Mexican fighter. Just, do you feel any pressure though that you have so many people that are rooting for you against him?
I don't feel any pressure. If there's a point why they believe in me is because of the hard work that I put in, that they know I put in, and most likely that I know that yeah, I'm going here for what I do, what I practice for, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't feel like the pressure of anyone,
Yeah.
not even of him.
Yeah. Where does this confidence stem from? Like you don't seem phased by anything at all. And you don't have too much experience, at least and the American level. You fought two in TJ and then you fought one here. But you just don't seem phased at all. Where does all this confidence stem from?
For my team.
And that's not.
Yeah, Entram has you probably know about, everyone knows about it. Top tier fighters. I do sparring with them every like two at least 2 times a week. Um, and if I'm doing great against them, I don't need to worry about what I'm gonna do to Jonathan.
Right. But this is I know, as you just said, the competition you face daily at Entram, but still, it all changes when that cage locks and you're on pay per view and you have in front of thousands of people. He's a massive step up in competition. The last guy you fight, it was his debut. You actually had more experience than him. It was both of your guys' C.A.M.O debuts. Jonathan is a massive step up. I mean, I talked to his coach, Aaron Pete, and Aaron's saying that he's ready for pro now. He doesn't know how much value he even has at Epic after you. You know, he doesn't know what else he can get out of this. So, you know, what do you think about at least the experience level and the level of competition that you're facing compared to what you've done before?
Uh, how I told you, I really don't. I feel like I'm gonna end his career.
Wow.
He's too old to be here anymore.
Mm.
He's 25, still fighting an amateur. That's a little bit, you know, late, I would say. Uh, and if he didn't feel prepared a couple years ago, that's on him. And this is mine now.
Yeah.
It's my time, and I'm not gonna let anyone take it.
You talk about the age and him being 25. You're barely 18. Actually, days before Epic 50, you're when you had your debut. Like you were 17, and then you turned like a few days before you turned 18.
Yep.
We see Raul Rosas, another Mexican guy. He's talking about becoming a UFC champion. You obviously have aspirations of becoming a UFC champion. You're very young. A lot of people think you're ready for pro now. Just for cool purposes, let's say right now, when is your prediction of when you'll be a UFC champion? Like by what age?
I would say, um, I would say at the end of this year, of 2023, I see myself being in Dana White's Contender Series.
Okay.
That's my prediction. Everyone can think whatever they want, but I know what I'm doing, and I'm doing it right.
For the big, I know you don't want to get too ahead of yourself, but just for fun, when would you say you'll be a UFC champion? Like Raul Rosas is saying by the time he's 20. You're the same age as Raul Rosas. He was actually 17 when he got signed to the UFC. So if he's saying 20, what age are you saying?
I'm saying 20. I see potentially a potential fight against him since
yeah, you guys are both bantamweights, yeah.
Both bantamweights, both young guys. I would think the people would love a fight against. I know he wrestled. I know he has his jiu-jitsu good. He's a top tier, like on striking and stuff. So give him my time, and I'll be ahead of him.
Yeah. As I talked about earlier in the interview, how San Ysidro's all behind you. I mean, you're the pride and joy of San Ysidro. What does being a border boy, being a Cougar mean to you?
It feels really good having the support of them since I was there. Um, since I put my focus on sports, they would still back me up in school and teachers and all that stuff. I do feel the support on them. So once again, when I'm doing events, when I'm competing, I feel them around me. They post about me. So yeah, I'm happy to have them there.
Yeah, and as Jason talked about in your interview, how there's a lot of stars that have come out from San Ysidro, particularly one being Mikey Williams, who's one of the biggest superstars we've ever seen
Yes,
at
sir.
the high school level. You know, if all goes well for you and you continue to win and you become a UFC champion in a few years, like you just predicted, you'll be on that level of stardom too. How cool is it to see kind of what Mikey Williams has done for San Ysidro and just the star power that he brings to your alma mater?
I love what he's doing. Obviously, he put in the work to be there.
Mhm.
I remember being with them in middle school,
Yeah,
Vista Del Mar here in San Diego. He was he was just like me. He was nothing. And now seeing him how big he's become,
yeah,
gives me a motivation to work harder and be over there where he's at right now.
yeah, yeah.
And just how I see other fighters from school, basketball players. Good friend of mine, Andrei Tovar,
Andre Tovar, Terrifico. Yes.
talented player. I see him in the big leagues.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, because he puts in the work,
Yeah,
and that's what you expect from those people.
yeah, yeah. We're hoping to get a lot of the basketball team coming to your fight. Mike in particular, though, if he pulls up to your fight, how dope would that be?
That would be really dope.
Yeah,
Having a bunch of celebrities in the event, routing for me. So
yeah,
that should be nice.
yeah. You said celebrities plural. Who are some other big names that they're talking about coming to your fight?
Invited our UFC star Michael
Yeah,
Morales,
undefeated. Yep,
Jasmine Oregi,
one of the top prospects in the strawweight division.
um,
Yep.
other talented people from that are expected to come.
Yeah, yeah. With Jonathan though, how impressed have you been with his previous performances? He doesn't have any knockouts, but his last performance was pretty masterful. I mean, I interviewed him after, and I said one of the best performances I've ever seen. I'm sure you've watched that fight,
I
right?
did.
What are your thoughts of his last performances?
I saw him. Guy doesn't know how to wrestle. That's all I can say. He knows how to. He's a little bit slow on top. I know what this. He does know how to kick though. That's the only thing. I'm not worried. I'm practicing it, how to defend it, but that's pretty much it. I don't know what else he has. He got taken down a couple of times. Struggled to get back up. And I can tell you one thing: I'm in the gym against undefeated fighters that are 11 and 0, 12 and 0, 9 and 1. You know,
Mhm.
like good. And I take them down, and you know how many times they get up? None. So
Right,
I'm not expecting him to come up because
right.
he's not. And I do sparring 5 rounds of 5 minutes, and these are 3 2-minute rounds. So expect me to put that pressure in since the first ring bell.
So, Jonathan, in his interview with Jason, he said how the reason he did not take that fight against you is because he was told that he would get the real belt, which is true, that the plan was to him fight Max Gamboa. Max ended up going pro. So then you came into the equation. He didn't take that fight because he's saying that he didn't want the interim tag on. He wanted the real thing. You're saying it's because he's ducking him or because he was ducking you. Do you really think that he was ducking you, or do you think that he just wanted, the real thing?
I do think he was probably not ducking me, but he wanted to prepare himself for what's coming towards him, and that's that I know that he's practicing his wrestling and stuff because like I have people like watching his post defending posting shit about like him defending shots and stuff, and
Hmm.
that's why I know he wanted that time to prepare himself.
Yeah,
Obviously, you know that's great for everyone.
yeah,
I'm preparing myself as well
yeah,
for
yeah.
the things that he does, but other than that, it's not like you can duck me forever. You know,
Hmm.
the fight came and you have nothing else to do. You need
Hmm.
to fight me. Or,
Yeah. Well, obviously, Jonathan, that fight wasn't able to happen on 11/11 for Epic 51, but Harvey was able to find you another match. And then days before the fight, that guy pulled out. How confident are you that when it comes to February 17th at 10 a.m. at the 4 Point Sheraton, that Jonathan will show up for the weigh ins?
um, I feel I don't think he's gonna back off out of this one. I know
That's
he's gonna. I know he's gonna be there. It would affect him as on his MMA career that he's creating. It wouldn't be a good look on him. Now that I am uh, been talked about this and that, he wouldn't like other people talking about how he didn't show up to the weigh-ins. So yeah, I expect him to be there, and yeah.
Do you expect it at all to be competitive? I know you are super confident, but I got to give respect where respect is due. Jonathan is really, really good. Do you think it will be competitive, though, with all that being said?
I know it's gonna, he's just a human being as me. He wants to win. He wants what I want. Uh, but it's just the the hunger that I have that I know he doesn't have. I can see it. You know, it's just it's not even confidence. It's the work that I put in.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's counter the people that actually do that,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about having a rally for you at the school and all that stuff. Like, does that? How much does that mean to you, though? To see how much like that all the administration wanted to put in so much time and work and money to make this special moment for you.
I feel really happy
Yeah.
about that. I feel even now that I'm not even in school, I go to the basketball games. They invite me to over to the basketball games. Principals, teachers, security guards,
Mm-hmm.
they all see me and they all say hi to me in a much respectful way. Uh, and yeah, I love that. I love how they keep on motivating me to become a better
Yeah.
person of myself.
A few more things. Anyone in particular from San Ysidro you want to shout out? That has done a lot for you.
I want to shout out Mr. Vera,
Mm-hmm.
my coach Jesse. Those two guys, huge thank you to them. I really wouldn't be here if it wasn't because of them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they really helped me, and even now, if I call them to ask for something, I know they're gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
They're always calling to ask for me, and I really appreciate that. Love those guys.
Yeah. A few more things. What is your official prediction for February 17th? Like official one, because we talked about it earlier. You didn't give
Yeah.
official. What is going to happen?
I'm gonna put him to sleep.
What round?
First round.
First round. Okay. Last thing. We have a lot of people from Mexico that won't be coming to the fight, but they're going to be buying the pay-per-view. This fight might break pay-per-view records. Anything you want to say in Spanish to your homeland right now?
Pues nada, puro México y pues a representar porque no hay de otra. Y para que vean lo que es trabajo duro y que no, todos nos lo dan.
Santiago, the Border Boy Luna, one of the biggest main events we've ever seen at Epic Fighting. It is on February 17th. So make sure you get your tickets if you want to come. If you can't come, you have to buy the pay-per-view, epicfightinglive.com. Any final words for your opponent, Jonathan? Any final words?
Just prepare enough because I'm not playing. This guy takes everything as a joke. He laughs about everything. I don't. This is not a game for me. I just do and nobody plays around when I'm in the cage with them. And he's gonna see that.
Well said, Santiago, Border Boy Luna. God bless you, sir.
God
Thank you
bless
for the time.
Thank you so much.